Start off with Embuo to Man United, 71 million for Embuo to Manchester United. Some people saying the price is too high. Some people saying Manchester United should have just paid that price to start with. Overall, I think it's a good signing. Adds goals to the team. Quite exciting for Manchester United to get a player who scored 20-plus goals last season in the league. And Brentford, you got to kind of feel sorry for them. They're losing their top goal scorers and their captain and their manager. I'm worried about them getting relegated. But we're starting off with Manchester United. How you guys feeling, boys? We got Ahmed and Sheik in the bottom rows right there. How you guys feeling?
Finally, it's done. That's really it. It's finally done, bro. Like 7 weeks in, it felt like at a moment it was. When was it gonna happen? Would it be at like right before the first game of the season, right before preseason ends? Like I honestly had no clue, but it's done. And to be honest, like the tweet that we got yesterday, that we made that improved offer of the 65 plus like 6 million on add-ons and stuff. I figured it was probably going to get done probably around this weekend. But yeah, it's over. And I'm glad. Like I've been saying this. I knew that we were going to get him. It was just going to be an matter of time, and we eventually ended up paying what they wanted. We eventually ended up paying what Brentford wanted. The whole thing about him being overpriced and stuff like that, I mean, with all due respect, Egal, you paid 55 million for a winger at your club currently, and he's outperformed him on a completely different level. Like he had 20 goals and 7 assists last year, and we paid 10 more million, around 10 more million for him. So the price tag and all that type of stuff, this is the market in today's world. Brentford
paid almost, just to be fair, you paid 20 million more. Yes, he's a better player. Yes, he scored 20 goals last season in the league, but he has 1 year remaining. I thought negotiations.
He had an option. He had an option.
I thought negotiations.
He had an option. So this is another thing that people have been saying.
I thought negotiations would have led to a better situation for you guys.
So this is the thing, though. Like everyone's been saying that he only had 1 year left. He had an option, and let's be honest, Brentford were going to trigger that option. Like obviously, of course it was going to happen. So technically, he had 2 years left. And yeah, like I think the whole thing of the 7 weeks of negotiation was us trying to bring that price down with all these different factors that came into play. I've mentioned it all the time. All these wingers going for the certain amount of price made Brentford think, why are we only just going to accept 55 million for this guy? We should be getting more for him. When Elanga is going for around 55, when Kudus is going for around 55, when Madueke is going for around 52 million, it just made sense that I don't think there's in any world that we would try to get him for 55. It was going to obviously be more. So again, it's just a thing where I think United tried. I think maybe they were waiting for a situation where, okay, if we want to, prolong this a little bit more, and Mbeumo could be on this thing where he doesn't want to show up to training. He's going to try to force a move out. Maybe that might let us to have the price a little bit down than what it was, the 65 million. But the deal's done. I'm glad he's here. Like I said, it's a good addition to our team. To have our two starting, left the 10s being Cunha and Mbeumo. If you asked me this after the Europa League final, I would have laughed at you. There's a chance that Sheik or Ahmed, you're going to have these two players in your club in like a month or so. And there was no honest possibility for me of even us trying to negotiate for players like this. The only reason, and I think the reason why the players did come through is because they made it a priority that they wanted to join our club. And I'm always for players who do want to, to be here. Like the whole thing of Gyökeres and us trying to go for him, he never wanted to come to United. It was Arsenal in his mind and Arsenal in his mind only. So I don't want a player who doesn't really want to be here. And he has his mindset of him not coming here. So Mbeumo deal is done, 65 million. We still have a lot of work to do. I do want to emphasize this. I know some people are getting ahead of themselves. We still have a lot of work to do. We still have a lot of these other positions that we do need to sign as well, like a goalkeeper, a striker, a midfielder is very, very important. We still need to get rid of a lot of players too. So yes, it took very long, and we're not paying, this lump sum of cash right away. The deal is in 4 different installments. So the whole thing of Ineos don't have money, it kind of does make sense now, because I think they're paying about 17 to 20 million of cash this year in the first installment. And then it's just going to be spread out between 3 to 4 different installments for Mbeumo and for Cunha. So we'll see what they do. We've already got a tweet from Fabrizio that now our next target is a striker. So we'll see who we do identify as a striker.
Is that going to be 7 weeks as well? Because
they're going to get Sesko.
I hope it's not 7 weeks. And
you guys could get Jackson. I seen you guys were linked to Jackson.
I don't think.
Please, inshallah, let them get Jackson.
Anyways, let's hear from Ahmed. Ahmed, how are you feeling? Sheik seems very optimistic. I like this Sheik.
Can we just ask Ahmed, are you now the United strand? Are you doing that? I'm not cutting my hair until you get 5 wins in a row thing, bro. What's going on, bro?
Listen, I'll be a very rich man, you know. If I did what I'd be a rich man. You know what it is with me? I've got two sides, by the way. I've got my trolley side, yeah, and I've got my serious. It depends which one you want, innit? Like I don't know. Which one do you want?
Trolley. No.
You want my serious or the
Let's
trolley?
hear a little bit of both. First, start with the troll.
Man, trolley.
Yeah, the trolley one, yeah. And Mbeumo, you know, amazing signing. You know, it's going to take us from 16th to top 6. You know, Amorim's getting his players in. You know, no more Højlund and Garnacho excuses. And Mbeumo's going to get massive numbers. We've seen it with Amorim's coaching that he can improve them. You know, he's got Cunha in on the left. He's got Embuo on the right. You see Diallo's playing wing back. You know, our best attackers playing
Rasmus,
yeah, listen. People
Or
the fan base, remember, by the way, Ruud van Nistelrooy came in and then they said that he used to be a really good he was obviously a 6 striker, so there's elements of his game that he can take, you know. So it depends, innit? Like very optimistic. Amorim said a storm is coming. And we've got to ride the storm in it, just like he said. Good things he did say as well, to be fair to him, at the end of the day, when we played against Villa, I think he said, good things are happening. So we'll see, man. That's it. We'll see what will happen in it once this transfer window is done. I've seen a lot of people panicking about why is this taking so long. Transfer window ends in September the 1st. Still got a lot of time left. Still got a lot of positions to take in. And since Amorim's a really good coach, I don't think the fan base should panic. We're in good hands, and the manager's really good. That's my choice.
I don't know if you're being serious.
Side or the serious side?
Huh?
What's the serious
trolley
one?
side or the serious side? Just
the serious side. You want the serious one? Okay,
no, which one was it?
That was the troll.
That was the troll. Yeah, that was the trolley side.
All right, just double checking, bro. Just double checking.
That was the trolley side.
Can I ask you a serious question, please?
All right.
Because I'm dying to know this. Right?
What's the serious one?
This is serious. Let's do the serious thing for a minute. No, let me ask you a serious question, Ahmed, about your dusty club. Okay, because I got told when they had Woodward in, and who was the other bellend that was in there? I forgot his name.
Arnold.
Yeah, all them men, right? Who were dealing one deal at a time, who went to the ends of the earth to get Rabia, spoke to his mum, right? They went then and tried to get Frankie de Jong for 3 to 6 months, okay? And then we were told, Ineos come in and they're serious. They're all about the 1%, the 1%, the improvement, the 1%, okay? And now we're still seeing 7 weeks of negotiation to then pay more. Had you offered them 60 6 weeks ago, they probably accept it because they haven't been stripped out as much. So where is the improvement under this new 1% improvement regime, bro? You've ended up paying... And by the way, he's a baller. He's gonna ball out. He's just a good player until he catches the Man U virus, of course, which is inevitable in that club. But where's the improvement under this new regime that we were all told about? Once you got rid of Woodward and was it Murtock, whatever his name was?
Murto, yeah. Don't forget, by the way, Murto Madness. You have to say his full name.
Murto Madness and all that stuff. They were the issues, right? And now you got these serious ballers, and you got the Man City guy in, you know, he turned Man City around and ever, and we're still seeing 7 weeks and 1 transfer at a time. What the hell has changed under this regime?
Vibes, isn't it? That's it, bro. Like, I'll be so honest.
Structure. We have structure and all that.
No, but deep. Listen. Okay, I'll be serious for a little bit. Yeah, if you compare Glazers and Ineos, Ineos obviously don't own the full club, so they're not going to spend as much as the Glazers, because obviously Glazers they own a bigger percentage, right? But if you're talking about pure volume and pure just buying players without any structure and just like, you know what, we're getting it. Obviously, you put your hat on with Woodward, even though it's going to be a madness. He'll just make some outrageous signings and he'll never drag out. To be fair, there has been a few dragging about Sancho 2 years, Frankie de Jong. So there's been a few dragging, In terms of Ineos so far, they're nothing special. They're not even great. But I think...
Do you guys both agree on that? Do you guys both think Ineos are up on fraud watch? What were you saying?
Of course, I've been on fraud watch for them since
listen, they've been on fraud watch from when they didn't sack Ten Hag at the right time. But my thing is that this is the only signing I'm trying to be objective. This is the only signing that's really taken time in it. Like from when we got Mazraoui, De Ligt, Xerxes, like they was all the first window was decent in it. Like it was competent window. Good. We didn't really overspend like that. I think our most expensive signing was Ugarte for 60 million. He's not worth the money, yeah, but obviously under the new regime, if it's going to be Mbeumo, okay, Premier League proven. I don't think he's world class or he's elite. Just like Wolfie said, he's a good player, and I think he's a 7 out of 10 player. So yeah, it's dragged out, but we just have to see other signings in it because this was like a one-time thing. It's not like this is a recurring theme because they have done 2 deals before. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Shik, you can correct me. Did we not get Mazraoui and De Ligt like in the space of a week or something? Or like?
Oh, by the way, we got Mazraoui and De Ligt together. It wasn't even a thing where like we did both those signings together, 2 for 1.
Yeah, and Mbeumo was pretty much done after we lost the Europa League, so that was done quite quickly. Obviously, they was doing negotiations beforehand, so it dragged. But you got to understand it like this as well. Brentford were asking for 65, and now they changed their tune. It's like the longer it was going,
it took so long, bro.
Yeah, listen,
they took so long.
It's because Brentford were messing about. It was Brentford who were messing about. Like,
how long did it take you to get Norgard?
Let me stop you guys there for a second.
It's not really messing about though, right? Brentford want the best deal they can get from.
I understand that, and I completely understand that. They've just seen us spend 62 million on Cunha.
Yeah,
they're coming to us and telling us. Yeah, they're coming to us and telling us, by the way, like Mbeumo had a better season than Cunha. He was a better attacker than Cunha. So pay about the same amount. And I completely get that. That's Brentford's most valuable asset currently. Like
I'm just going to say this. I thought you guys were going to negotiate for 2 months and maybe get it down by like 5 mil.
But the thing is, like, if you're thinking, if you're thinking that it's going to go down to 55 million with all these other wingers that are being sold for around the same price, that was never going to happen. That was never going to happen.
But also
you ended up paying 6 million more.
But over a number of years, United to some extent have made a rod for their own back because on many negotiations, they've ended up paying above the odds, over the odds, faffing about for a period of time and then getting. So these things take a time. When you develop a negative reputation like that, it's going to take time for you to relieve yourself of that. Now, the problem is this hasn't really happened, but in every negotiation you go into in future, you have an opportunity to try and reverse that. It hasn't really worked out on this one, but maybe on the next one will. Maybe they can. All of our clubs have done it. Liverpool used to do it as well, right? It was only when clubs realised that Liverpool would set a price for a player, and if that didn't happen, we would walk away. Then you become your negotiating position becomes a bit stronger. Not so strong because Brentford still hold the cards.
Or you have a situation like us where the player wants to come so bad that he's putting pressure on the.
No, Egal, they had that situation. He said, "I only want to go United." This was 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
I think that's also why I think on their
but you know what changed? Newcastle, and we're going to talk about Newcastle in a bit.
No, bro, no. He said he rejected Newcastle. He rejected
you. Newcastle sell it, and Newcastle wanting to buy Wesa changed a lot of stuff.
No, can I just add one thing here? Just add one thing. Yeah, I just want to add one thing here. Obviously, I'm not saying Mbeumo is like rubbish. Like I said, he's a good player, and he'll obviously improve it. But the thing is, is like I like to look into the future a little bit. Yeah, he's all right winger. Yeah, he's all right winger.
Right? Yeah, or striker. Yeah.
So, he's a striker. I don't think striker is his position. Though. I don't think that's his best. I mean,
I agree. He's better.
He's a right inside forward.
Okay, so he's predominantly a right winger. Yeah, and I'm all for adding more quality and competition. But what I'm trying to say is that let's say that he plays in the right 10 and Diallo plays as the wing back. What happens, for example, if Amorim gets sacked? Yeah, then we turn into a back 4 formation, and then we play with 3 attackers. Yeah, who's going to play on the right? Is Ahmed going to get dropped or Mbeumo? I can't see this club putting a £70 million player on the bench to accommodate for Diallo.
Cunha could play on the 10,
even though Diallo is a better player in it. So that one, I'm just trying to because I'm looking at Madrid.
Cunha could play in the 10. Ahmed could play on the right or the left. Mbeumo could play on the right or the left.
No, I'm talking about if the formation changes. Because
if the formation changes, you play Cunha in the 10, and you play the other 2 on the wings.
We could.
That's the solution.
No, it's another thing I've been thinking about, Ahmed.
You just need more quality. Let's be honest. You need more Premier League quality. I don't think Man United fans are against the signing. It's just what do you do next? That's the most important thing.
You know what I'm thinking about? During AFCON, what are we going to do on that right-hand side? Both these players are going to go.
Yeah.
Mbeumo and
You'll find
Ahmed are
solutions
both
for
gonna
7
go to-
games.
You're fine. You can put Garnacho
we
there,
can.
Rashford there.
Bro, Liverpool were in
Garnacho's
title
being
races
sold.
without
Garnacho's being
without
sold.
Salah and Mane.
This
They
is the thing.
found a way.
Garnacho's being sold. So we're playing a preseason game tomorrow against.
Who's buying him, bro?
Napoli?
Someone will come up. No, I think he goes to Villa. Actually, I think he goes
This
on
is
the loan.
this is the thing. This is the whole point I'm making about Man U.
Could go to Forest.
too
Could go to
slow.
Forest all free.
No, but bro, let me
Don't
bring
you guys
this
need a
in.
winger?
The
Don't you
comment
guys need a
section
winger?
are right. Jackson, there's actual reality. You can get Jackson. Because Chelsea have offered Jackson
Inshallah.
to every top club in the league. They've offered Jackson to Arsenal. They've offered Jackson to Liverpool. They've offered Jackson to Manchester United. They have offered Jackson to every club.
I don't think
And
that.
Arsenal and
Bro,
Liverpool,
given Cunha
Arsenal and
Mbeumo,
Liverpool
Jackson
have
as a
come back and said
striker
no.
is
Aston
dirt
Villa
nastiness, bro.
and Man United are actually interested in Jackson.
Forest left. But if we're real,
Oh,
Jackson is an upgrade on Rasmus. Not much.
It's like a 3 out of 10 and a 4 out of 10.
Bro,
I'd go
Xerxes a
1
better
out of
player than
10.
Jackson. Xerxes is a better player than Jackson. We don't need Jackson. He's way better than him. We've got
But
to.
Xerxes is not a straight 9. He's
It doesn't
either a
matter.
false 9 or a 10.
I'm not gonna
doesn't
lie,
matter.
Jackson is an upgrade on Rasmus, but that's not what they were looking for.
But-
If I'm Man United, I go get Sesko.
I get Mateta.
Sesko, no.
Go get Mateta. The cheaper option too.
Yeah, Mateta's a good show.
Bro,
Just go get
deeper, yeah.
Mateta.
Mateta,
You're putting two
Xerxes
good players
playing.
around Mateta too. You're putting two good players around the striker. So go get some. We don't
But
need
the
a
thing is,
Sesko. That's the
But the
thing.
thing is, people are too fixated about. Listen, I watched Liverpool last season win a league. Yeah, 1 minute they put Diaz up front, the next minute they altered. They didn't have a fixed striker. Yeah, they had Salah, but he was playing off the right. My thing is, is that a player like Xerxes, he might not be this elite goal scorer, but what I'll tell you, if he's got Embuo making runs and then he gets in behind and Cunha, who's a good ball carrier, who can get goals can be spread around the whole team.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to have an out-and-out number 9 that everyone craves. PSG, the best team in the world, doesn't have an out-and-out number 9. Madrid don't even have a number 9. And I mean, to be fair, that's not a really good example because Madrid aren't doing well.
Yeah.
But listen, you get the point, innit? You get the point.
Yeah,
You
Liverpool-
can put
Yeah,
Mbeumo
yeah,
up front.
yeah.
You can put Mbeumo up front, Xerxes in behind.
Simple
Yeah,
Cunha up
exactly.
front
So
too.
we don't
You can
need
put
a
Cunha.
striker.
Junior could technically play there if you're stretched on
Exactly,
numbers
he
and what
played in-
have you.
Exactly. He played in
There's an argument.
Yeah, go on. Sorry.
There's an argument. There's an argument out there, and I've been watching a few videos and thinking about it. That the traditional number 9 is actually an overvalued position, and maybe you don't. It isn't as imperative to have a traditional number 9,
Exactly.
depending on your overall system. And so Ahmed is right. Like it will work in some systems, and other systems isn't just necessary.
And Watkins is awful. I don't want Watkins. He's awful. I don't rate him.
Well, you
at
actually
what,
on about
what about
to use
Darwin
that green
Cameroonian
screen.
on a free?
all.
Would you rather have that?
You're taking the piss. He might sue you
Yeah.
for corners, but
What?
not my fault.
Calvert-Lewin. Fuck off, man.
Listen, he might bring some swag.
Where has his brother been? I ain't heard nothing about him since the past
No.
season and a half.
Yeah,
Where
but he's
is
local.
Calvert-Lewin?
You know what I'm saying? It's an easy move.
And plus Jackson's not really a striker. He's more of a left winger, innit? Like he
And
plays.
Jackson's more of a sub. Bro,
If
let's be real.
you got desperate and you didn't sell any of your players, who would you rather have? Go and spend money on like another gamble, or just get Mateta in?
Get Mateta. No.
Mateta, bro.
Yeah.
All
Get
day.
Yeah,
Mateta.
Mateta's a good player. Like he's a good player.
I think he's a good player.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, if Palace lose Eze, do you really want to be losing Mateta? He's got a couple of years left on his contract as well. Hasn't he? Or is it 1 year? I'm not sure.
He's
But-
got 2, I think.
Hmm.
He's either got 1 plus a 1 or a 2. I can't remember which way around. But like for me, you still aren't talking about Man U's main issue. Well, 2 main issues. I think your midfield is too soft and too old. When you play, because you're playing the 3-4-2-1 formation, roughly speaking.
Yeah.
Which leaves
exactly
you with
that.
2 in the middle.
Yeah.
At the moment, when you line up what you're doing, if I kind of roughly map it out, you're putting 8-9, whoever that's going to be. Then you're looking at Mbeumo and Cunha in behind. Whoever your wing backs will be, Dorgo, whatever his name is, and whoever's on the right. And then you're kind of looking there that Bruno's definitely taking one of those spots. Would I be wrong to make that assumption?
100% he's there.
Okay.
He's the first
Bruno's
one on the
not-
team sheet.
For me, Bruno's not disciplined enough to play
100%.
that position because he ends up wandering around. Therefore, you're leaving a lot of responsibility on whoever that person in the double pivot or the 6 is going to be. If that's Casemiro, I think he's still good, but he hasn't got the legs. to cover that whole midfield on his own. If you put in Mainu, he seems to gas out after about half an hour. And then if you put in Ugarte, I don't know if he's down to do it. I almost feel like you need a midfield 3 to accommodate getting Bruno into that position. I still think you need a formation change. Playing 2 in that middle with the profiles, I was just saying Bruno +1, I think is way too risky.
And Wolfie, a formation change equals new manager, innit?
Yeah.
So
hey,
again,
we'll see. We're gonna have to talk about that once the season starts. For now, we'll shift gears away from Manchester United, as we don't know what you're gonna do with your striker situation. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and leave a comment down below what you thought of that video you just watched.